So since our Michael Schofield should sign with the Vikings video aged just so well yesterday, today, as of right now when we're recording this, the Vikings should still bring in a veteran offensive lineman who's very familiar with Kubiak and Dennison and the scheme, run it back with Josh Kline one time. Now, I fully understand, like numerology podcast coming soon. They gave out Josh Kline 64. I think they gave it to Blake Brandel. And it's different than they haven't given out ever since 97. I fully understand that. But Josh Kline, he's just out there chilling. And he said that all options are on the table. And he is in no hurry to sign anywhere because of what's going on with the Roan right now. And frankly, I think one of the reasons why he went unsigned, even though he was cut, so he wouldn't count against other teams' commensurate picks, is because of the Rona, is because of the quarantine, because teams would want to check him out medically, as he did miss a couple games last year, both with concussion as well as other various ailments. But, I mean, Josh Kline, he was amazing last year. Well, temper that. He was solid last year. He's very damn solid. Only allowed 22 pressures and 2 sacks on 857 snaps. Was the second or third rated Vikings offensive lineman in various PFF grading categories. And I think overall, the problems on the offensive line, they certainly did not revolve around Josh Kline. And I thought that he fit in very well at that right guard spot, and he was ready to hold that thing down. So it was odd when the Vikings cut them. But again, this is a very important distinction. So after they cut him, 1 year into his 3-year free agency deal, they asked him to take a pay cut. So it's like, it isn't that we don't want you here at all, Josh. We would just like you here at a cheaper number, as we're trying to pinch pennies for the 2020 cap, even though hashtag cap is a myth. And Josh was like, nah, I'll see what the open market will bear. Well, the open market has bore nothing, like not even significant interest out there. So I think it actually would make a lot of sense for all parties involved to run it back one more time, sign up a 1-year deal, approve a deal close to a veteran minimum, maybe with some playing time incentives thrown in there as well. And if he wins the starting job again, great, but he's promised nothing. So he competes just like everyone else at both the guard spots. Now, we've talked about here, Drew Samia probably has the inside track to be that starting right guard. And we talked like last year, even with Elflein struggling, how come they just didn't put Samia in at left guard? Well, he really is more of a right guard by trade, a little bit more power guy, a little bit more of a plotter than you do want a little bit more athleticism at that left guard spot. So I think Samia is going to be that right guard. It's what he played during his time in Oklahoma. It's what he played primarily at training camp and all throughout preseason, and as well as the Week 17 game against the Bears. So I think that's the plan with him, right guard spot. Also, that's what made Josh Kline expendable. That's what made the Vikings come to him with a take a pay cut or a cut sort of deal, because they believe in Drew Samia so much. But I would love to have Kline back and just have him compete in with the other veterans, with Dakota Dozier, with Brett Jones, with Oli Udoh, with, God, there's everyone. Kyle Hinton is in the mix. Ezra Cleveland could be in at left guard. Blake Brandel, maybe they'll kick inside. And just anything to potentially stave off Pat Elflein starting at left guard yet again. Or admit, hell, if Elflein comes in and he waxes the competition and he's phenomenal and he turns it all around in year 4, sure, whatever. Not exactly banking on that. So if you have Josh Kline in and be like, well, you're flipping sides, man. It's like, why do you want Josh Kline from right guard to left guard? Well, some of Josh Kline's best football was in that left guard spot where, yeah, he only played at right guard for Minnesota as well as with the Titans for those 3 years. But some of his best games in New England were at that left guard spot, 2013 and 2015. And coming out of Kent State, who's primarily left guard. So he does have some ambidextrousness to him. So I could certainly see where eventually, as this Rona thing dissipates and eventually Josh Kline will see, well, I'm not going to get big money anywhere else. The draft is already in. Teams have already spent their cap money. I'm not going to be promised a starting job anywhere else. So I'm just going to have to come in and fight and compete. So why not fight and compete in a system where I succeeded in last year with the same coaches and just run it back like that? Plus, I don't have to move. Even though he's probably renting here in Minnesota, whatever. So I think it would make a lot of sense for Josh Kline to be back here. And frankly, the Vikings, like we said, the same logic would bring in Schofield, bring in a veteran guy who knows the system, knows the scheme, and will have a big advantage over some of the younger guys, depending on what happens with no rookie camp, no OTAs, and what happens with training camp, whatever. So if he wins the left guard spot, awesome, great, fantastic. And could I see it? I mean, yeah, I really could. Where you sell it to him where sign a minimum veteran deal, zero guaranteed or minimal guarantees, and then you get playing time incentives. Like if you start X number of games, you get this. Start X more number of games, you get that. So I think that could be an easy sell for him. And if he comes in and wins the job, great. If they go a different direction, they decide to put Ezra Cleveland left guard, put Drew Samia right guard, whatever. I think he'd be a cheap veteran backup, and also I think it'd be the better job that he could probably get at any point this season. So we'll see. But I think that they should bring Josh Kline back. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. If you want to support the work, post up in the Venmo. Plus give us a follow on social media as well. Until next time. Skol, production value.